Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Leilani and today's video is going to be me ranting while doing my makeup. So yeah, pretty much I'm just going to be talking about, well, you can see the title of this video. I'm pretty much going to be talking about just the beauty community and things that I've seen, trends that I've noticed as a person of color, as someone who, you know, just kind of notices these types of things because it actually does affect me. I want to talk about it because I don't think people don't really talk about the stuff that I haven't seen people talk about this stuff. So that's why I wanted to talk about it today. But before I do get into this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up if you do enjoy it. Go ahead and comment down below and just leave your thoughts about this. This topic is kind of divisive just because people get really uncomfortable when you talk about racism, and I think that's for a reason, but I'll get into that later. But I don't mean to be divisive. I just mean to point out something that affects me and affects a lot of people that I know and love. And you know, it's just right and wrong type thing for me. Anyways, yeah, go ahead and comment down below what your thoughts are on this subject. And please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post every single Tuesday and every single Friday. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into this video. By the way, I'm trying to like pan an eyeshadow and I'm trying to kind of finish some products. So yeah, I'm really getting into just trying to finish products and like pan eyeshadows right now. So, which is a great thing because it means that I didn't waste my money. So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because Aina has been, you know, really in the like media recently and really been all over my timeline because she is coming out with a new palette with Anastasia Beverly Hills, and a lot of people are talking about it and just talking about Jackie in general. And there's just a lot that I've had that I've wanted to say for a while now, and I kind of talked about it in my video about Juvia's Place, but I really want to talk about this specific topic. Now, regardless of your opinions on Jackie, everyone has their opinion on Jackie. Everybody somehow just has really strong opinions on Jackie Aina, especially because of the whole Petty Page situation, and so on and so forth. First of all, I don't really know what happened with the Petty Page situation. I kind of just chose to stay out of that because anyways, I am a supporter of Jackie. She taught me a lot about makeup because, you know, as someone with darker skin, what big like beauty gurus are there for me? It's a very limited selection, and you know, people, you can't learn certain things from Tati that you could learn from Jackie. It's like, for me, there's certain things I can't learn. There's certain products that Tati is going to love that Jackie's going to be like, no, I can't find my shade. And that's really important to me, and I've always loved Jackie being as honest as she is. I mean, she was even really honest with the new Pat McGrath release and talking about how Pat McGrath didn't have enough shades. And she's calling out another black woman in the industry who she literally calls Auntie Pat, who she has such a good relationship with, but she said it. Like, she said what needed to be said, and I've always respected her for that. So that's pretty much why I love Jackie so much. And I've also had like Twitter interactions with her, which is insane. I taught Jackie Aina what local means, which is really crazy because I love her so much. Anyways, you know, so I've had a few Twitter interactions with her, and the last Twitter interaction with her that I had was pretty much, I think it was like, I forgot what exactly Jackie first tweeted about, but I said something to the effect of, oh no, it was about, I think that she was talking just about like the backlash of people, you know, with her new release and how it's with Anastasia, and it's just like a really big release and people had a lot to say about her in general. And I said, you know, yeah, you know, people have a lot to say about you, and they always compare you to Alyssa, Ashley, and Nima Ting, who are also obviously queens, but it's like they try to basically make every black person act the same, and that just made me want to talk about it just made me want to talk about this issue even more. Pretty much the thing about Jackie that's different from Nima and Alyssa is that, first of all, Jackie in general has a more bubbly, a more outgoing personality. You know, she's the type to, you know, throw in a lot of memes in her editing and to just kind of have, you know, she has even the theme song, and she's very, very fun. Like, she's just a fun person. And Nima and Alyssa are a little just more, you know, chill, relaxed, you know, just kind of doing their makeup. I am subscribed to all three. I love all three. I think all three are great. Just in general, just to me, they're amazing representations for Black women in makeup. Like, looking at them, and Arnell, I love Arnell too. Alyssa and Arnell are twins. Those four women, I really just love them. I just think that they have such, you know, strong voices. They're kind of always sticking up for what's right. But I think Jackie, she says it more, and she says it a little louder, and she talks about things not involving makeup. She just talks about a lot of different things that have to do with race, and people don't like that. Now, I have seen a lot on Twitter and on Instagram, just people commenting on Jackie Aina and how much they just hate her and they don't like her, but they love Alyssa and Nima. Like, they love Alyssa and Nima. They just love them so much. Why can't Jackie just be like Alyssa and Nima? Like, why does she have to be so, you know, aggressive with her opinions? And why does she have to make everything about race? And, you know, why is Jackie, you know, Alyssa and Nima are just so much better. First of all, the comparison between Jackie and Alyssa and Nima needs to be deaded. That's just first of all, they're all friends. So to me, in my mind, it's like, why are you trying to pit these women against each other? They are all cool. They're all friends with each other. So why is there this comparison? Oh, because they're the top three Black beauty gurus really in the game right now. Really. Which is crazy to me, because Alyssa and Nima, I think Alyssa has about 2 million subscribers, Nima has 1 million, and Jackie has 3 million, compared to James Charles, Geoffrey Star, Tati, all these three people who had the biggest scandals of didn't they have like the biggest scandal in like May? Like, that scandal was huge, and they were all pretty much wrong in some way or another, and somehow they're still floating with like tens of millions of subscribers. And yet the three Black beauty gurus who are at the top, they only have what? They don't even have 5 million. That to me already says a lot. Yet they're always in people's mouths. Jackie Aina is talked about all the time. It's weird to me. I've always thought that part was weird. Like, I've always thought that was weird. Like, why is it that they're the three biggest that I've seen or that I know of, and yet their subscriber count isn't even close? And their scandal count is also not even remotely in the stratosphere of Geoffrey Star and James Charles. Like, specifically those two, Geoffrey Star and James Charles. Somehow they have so many subscribers and so many stans, and people need to forgive them so much because they've so changed. And yet somehow, like, I don't get that. Yet they don't keep that same energy with Jackie Aina. Anyways, I digress. I just went on a tangent there that I didn't mean to go on, but it's too late. I already went there. I've just always found that weird. Like, how, like, the difference between the biggest Black beauty YouTubers and the biggest white beauty YouTubers. Like, that's just a world of a difference to me. But what I've also noticed that's just been bothering me so much, is that instantly people like just love to compare Jackie to Alyssa and Nima for some odd reason. They're always like, why can't Jackie act like Alyssa and Nima? Why are you making that comparison? Is it just because they're all Black? They're all Black women? Like, is that why? That comparison, it shows a lot about society that I think Black people have really tried to steer away from recently, which is the whole idea that Black people need to act the same or act the same. That's just, I think that people truly need to grasp the fact that not all black people need to act the same, and not all black people need to react the same way to racism and need to call out racism the same way. We don't, like, the way that black people call out racism is not so that you feel comfortable. I think that the thing that people really don't like about Jackie, other than like the Petty Page situation, but just I've seen people just don't like Jackie because they say that she makes everything about race. We don't need to talk about racism to make you feel comfortable. I think that when people say like, oh, that person makes everything about race, or why are you making it about race? It's because they feel uncomfortable because they feel called out. I've had this experience where people have said, you make everything about race and like you talk about race too much. And my thing is like, no, I'm not making everything about race. It is about race. If I can make this connection, it's because it's true. You know, if I can make this connection about this happening because the guy is black, then that's a problem. That's already an issue. I think that Jackie has taken the approach of just not caring anymore how people react to what she says, because I think people want to filter her, and that to me is just so annoying, because people never want to filter white creators. It's only black creators who are talking about things that affect them, which happens to be racism. You know, she's not making everything about race. People who say that, they're not seeing the bigger picture. Or maybe they just want to ignore the bigger picture because it makes them feel uncomfortable. And I think also a big difference between Jackie and Nima and Alyssa is that Nima and Alyssa, they don't talk about social justice issues as much. And I think that they say it in a certain way that makes people, that is just less aggressive. And it always reminds me of how people have always said this for a very long time. Growing up, I've always heard people say Dr. King, or, you know, they don't even call him Dr. King because they don't give him like that title. Like, for some odd reason, people never call Dr. King Dr. King, but he was a doctor, so let's call him Dr. King. Thank you very much. They say, you know, Dr. King, he did it the right way, but the Black Panthers, they did it the wrong way. Like, you have to do everything peacefully. Like, riots, that's wrong. That's wrong. Like, if you're gonna protest peacefully. First of all, peaceful protests have done nothing for what, 50 years? They've done nothing. If you think about it, how many, you know, officers have been, you know, prosecuted and have been charged after peaceful protests? Let's think about that. They never work, all right? And why should we protest something peacefully when the action wasn't peaceful? When that action was aggressive, when that action was violent? Like, why should Black people always take the high road and always, you know, well, we need to just be peaceful and we need to, no, I've always hated that. And I feel like people have that same energy with Jackie Aina. You know, people always want Jackie, like, to make them feel comfortable. And, like, don't say that, because that makes me feel uncomfortable. Do you know how long Black people have felt uncomfortable? Do you know how much, like, Black people just got to deal with? Because that's just life. And that's, you know, people are just racist. And, you know, we just got to deal with it. We shouldn't have to make you feel comfortable. First of all, if you feel uncomfortable by her calling out racism, then you're the problem, point blank, period. If you feel uncomfortable by her talking about that, then you're the problem. I don't know what else to say. I understand that some people don't want to hear about I know that, you know, YouTube and social media can sometimes just be for entertainment for certain people, but at the same time, you don't get to control someone else's voice just because it makes you feel bad. And also, what I will have to say is that you also are not allowed to tell someone what to talk about. So if Nima and Alyssa don't want to talk about police brutality on their page, if they just want to keep it about the makeup, and if they just want to stick to talking about inclusivity, that is totally their prerogative. Not every Black person has to be super into social justice, you know? My issue is that people are trying to tell one Black woman that she needs to act like another Black woman. And she needs to act, you know, she needs to act this way because that's what makes them feel comfortable. And I I don't like it. I can't get with that. I can't get behind it. Whenever I see someone say that, it just irks me. She always gets the, you know, oh, she's just an angry black woman. She gets that, you know, put on her, and she gets, oh, I've seen this one recently that she's racist somehow. And people call her racist because she, you know, calls people out. If you call someone racist for calling out white supremacy, guess what? You're probably a racist. And another thing, I think that people also really don't like Jackie because she, you know, had that beef with Geoffrey Star after, you know, the whole thing with him saying the N-word and, you know, just being extremely racist came out. I think that people need to understand that Black people don't need to forgive your apology. Black people they are not obligated to forgive you after you went on a racist rant and now we have to forgive you. No, we don't need to forgive you. And you, if you're a non-Black person, don't get to tell Black people who to forgive, nor does anyone get to forgive an apology that was not meant for them. I honestly thought that those things were like common sense, but like apparently they're not, which is sad and alarming, but apparently they're like not common sense. Like people don't get those concepts. So I think that people are just angry at Jackie in general for just saying no. Like, I'm not going to accept an apology I'm not going to forgive an apology that's, to me, that apology, because I watched it, that was the first time I'd ever seen anything of Geoffrey Star. I didn't even know who he was. And I saw that apology and I was like, this is insincere. It just looked insincere. I thought about it from the get-go. I was like, this just seems so insincere to me. And so for people to try to push that down your throat, like he's changed and he apologized, that doesn't mean anything. So many people can apologize and not mean it. That's like a thing. And he was exposed again. That bothers me, like that people are trying to make Jackie, like, I think that people are trying to make her accept an apology that was never real in the first place and getting mad at her for not accepting an apology that, you know, just, it wasn't sincere. He called her a gorilla. Like, how is she supposed to feel towards him? And in general, like if one person wants to forgive, like if one Black person wants to forgive someone for saying the N-word and thinks that they've changed, that's whatever. But if another person doesn't, that's also whatever. Like, I can understand, I'm a Justin Bieber fan. I can understand people not wanting to support him because of the N-word videos that came out. I can understand that because you don't need to accept an apology. You don't need to accept excuses and anything like that. I personally do believe that he's changed. I truly do believe that. I truly believe that he's a good person. Therefore, I'm still a fan of his. But if someone doesn't, that's their own personal opinion. I think people try to put on this whole, you need to forgive, you need to do this, and you need to do that. No, people need to not be racist in the first place. Like, maybe that's what should be done. Like, maybe people just shouldn't say it. Maybe we need to shift the focus onto, wait, you said it, so no one needs to forgive you for anything. Like, one of my favorite YouTubers, she was exposed for these really, you know, insensitive racist tweets when she was, like 15. And she made a video and she was like, listen, the only people that can forgive me for this are Black people, and if they don't forgive me, I understand. And that made me just have so much respect for her, because I was like, you know, she's not begging people to see that she's changed and I'm different and you still need to support me. It's none of that. It's like, I get that what I did was wrong and I'm going to take any consequences that come from it. And those are the types of apologies that I respect. And I just remember watching Geoffrey Star's apology and him making excuses and him saying, you know, well, I was bullied, so like, no, that doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. Like, you still said it. I went ahead and did my lashes off camera, but going back to just people trying to call out Jackie and Aina for being racist, I just clocked someone on Twitter earlier. Someone like tweeted about how Jackie Aina is so racist and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, you follow Geoffrey Star. Like, what are you talking about? At that point, your whole argument about racism is null. Like, you follow the most racist you know, influencer on the platform. Like, seriously, people who, I think people just want to call out Jackie Aina for being racist because they don't want her voice to be that big. That's what it really boils down to, because they don't like what she has to say. Like, honestly, regardless of how you feel about the Petty Page situation, you cannot sit here and say that she's racist. You can't do it. Like, you can't. I've seen a lot of people say that. And I've just seen in general, you know, the reason why people say that, people always call, like, strong black voices, they always call them racist because they just don't like how they act. And I think this all goes back to Alyssa and Nima and the comparison between Jackie and Alyssa and Nima. People don't call Alyssa and Nima racist because they don't talk about racism that much. They more stick to talking about inclusivity, and, you know, they're just more chill, and that's great. Like, I appreciate all three of those women so much. Like, I just appreciate them, and I think that they're awesome examples in the black community for black women. It's the constant comparisons that bothers me. That's what really just irks me, is that, like, why do we have to just compare Jackie to just those two women? Like, when people say, why can't Jackie act like Alyssa and Nima and have no other context, instantly it goes to, oh, because you want her to act like other black women because you want all black women to be in a box. You want all black voices to sound the same, right? Like, that's really what it is. That's the underlying message there, and I cannot tolerate it. And I think that this affects me so much because I am a black creator. I'm someone who, you know, someday I would like to be in the same space as Jackie Aina and Alyssa Ashley and Anima Tang. And though, you know, it's probably never gonna happen, like, if it does, the last thing that I would want is to be compared to other black women and told, you need to act this way. Like, it's like pitting us against each other. I can't stand behind that. I can't let that slide, and I can't be silent about it. And I also think that just the tolerance for Geoffrey Star versus the hate that I've seen for Jackie Aina is ridiculous. Like, that to me is insane. You know, considering what she's done doesn't even come close to what he's done. Like, doesn't come close whatsoever. Yet I've seen so many people say, you know, I don't like Jackie Aina and I don't like her, but then turn around and, like, buy Geoffrey Star's products. You don't, like, at that point, I don't really trust your opinion on anything. And then those are the same people who say, oh, well, Jackie needs to act like Alyssa and Nima. No, Jackie needs to act like Jackie, Alyssa needs to act like Alyssa, and Nima needs to act like Nima. And they can all coexist in the same space. Like, Nima and Alyssa don't need to replace Jackie as, like, the biggest female black, the biggest black female makeup guru. Like, they don't need to replace her. They can all coexist. Why can't they all have the same amount of subscribers? Like, why is there only one spot? I think that's, like, a big thing, is that they're kind of acting like there's, like, one spot. You know, I wish Alyssa was in the same space as Jackie, or I wish Nima was in the same place as Jackie. Why? Like, why does she need to take, like, you could just say, I wish Nima had more subscribers, or I wish Alyssa had more subscribers. Not that they need to take Jackie's place. Why can't they take Geoffrey's place? Why can't they take James's place? Why can't they take Tati's place? Why does it have to be Jackie's place? Well, because they're making that comparison solely off of race, and basically telling her, you need to act like this because I like other black women who don't act like that, so you need to start acting like those black women. No, that's not right, and that whole viewpoint needs to be deaded. So all in all, I think that's just, like, the main message that I want to get across here, is that we don't care about how you want black women to act. That's it. Like, we don't care. Like, you don't get to determine that, especially if you follow Geoffrey Star, and especially if you like no, at that point your opinion is kind of null. It's very null. Like, it doesn't mean anything. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me. I just really wanted to get that off my chest. I know it was very rambling. I know I went through a lot of different points. However, I think that you probably got something. Hopefully you got something out of this. Hopefully like something like resonated with you. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and give it a big thumbs up. Go ahead and comment down below what you think of everything that I said in this video, and please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I post every single Tuesday and every single Friday. So without further ado, that is it for me. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.